I'm living here in Bucharest, Romania, and today I'm going to show you what kind of apartment you can get on Airbnb for about $1,000 per month. This is one of the best Airbnbs I've ever stayed in, and you guys know if you've been watching, I've stayed in tons of Airbnbs, I've done a ton of apartment tours, all of them are Airbnbs, and this is genuinely the best equipped one I've ever been in. Not the biggest, I've been in penthouses, I've been in different kinds of apartments, and still, even though this one is not as big, it's definitely the best one, and I'll show you why. This is what you first see when you walk in. You can see that's my workspace over there, couch, TV, kitchen is back there in the other room, and my bed. But the very first thing to the left here is my washroom. I think it's a pretty nice washroom. I think one of the nicer washrooms that I've had. There's also a washing machine right back here, so that's perfect because you're hopping into the shower, you take off your dirty clothes, throw them in the washing machine, and they're all good to go. So I really like that. I think it's quite convenient. Rack over here. It's great just to keep things stored in an organized manner. Little mirror over here. A pretty well-equipped washroom, I would say, has everything that you could possibly need in here. So yeah, honestly, one of my favorite washrooms I've had in an Airbnb. Leaving the washroom, I have a kind of closet area over here. So I think pretty typical, just keep clothes, storage. This is clothes as well here. Storage, more storage here. And one really cool thing, you'll notice it's a little bit dark here. I probably waited a little bit too long to actually record this tour. One really cool thing though, and I'll show you over here, is with the lights, when I first turn on the light, you can see I got that cold light. Now, if I turn it off, turn it back on, you can see I get a warmer light. So that's really cool because I personally prefer warmer light in a home. I think it's more homey, but some people might prefer cooler light, so it really gives people both options. I think that's amazing. And that's the case for all the lights in here. You can see with this one, cold, then warm. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy about that. Anyway, I'm showing you the closet area. So yeah, I've got the closet area. One small thing, and I think it's kind of hard to tell on video, let me try to put this down here to show you, is that the ceilings are quite high in this apartment, and I've shown you this in other apartments. I think high ceilings, even if the literal space isn't that big, the high ceilings just make it feel way more spacious. You guys can see I'm about 5'6", so I'll show you just like in comparison to me how tall the ceiling is. So this is, yeah, I have pretty long arms as well. I'm reaching almost the top of the closet, but there's still a bunch of space up there. Like I wouldn't be able, maybe I could jump, I don't know. It's pretty high up is my point. When I talk about well equipped, this place just has a lot of things like drying rack. It has a vacuum, which a lot of places don't have, which makes it more annoying to clean if you don't give me a vacuum. Extra hangers and whatnot. Just things that sometimes in other Airbnbs I have to purchase, but here he had a lot of extra stuff. He had a scale, he has slippers, all these different cleaning supplies, cotton pads. So it's just like the little details that I think really make the Airbnb. Another cool thing is that that door locks itself if I don't lock it myself. So I'll put a clip in to show you what that looks like. Over to the left here, so just for context where we are here, we're still at the entrance. Over to the left, we've got another mirror. Again, mirrors are another thing. If you're an Airbnb host and you're watching this, mirrors make the space feel a lot bigger. So definitely something that I recommend having in your Airbnb. This is a really cool thing. It's basically just an air freshener, but it spritzes out its air freshening stuff every about 30 minutes is timed. At first I was like, what is that sound? I was a bit scared, but it's great because it's constantly freshening the house. This also keeps things fresh. A little bit of storage here. Probably not the most organized, but this is just, I guess, random things. I have a notebook, I have some gum up there, I have some tech stuff, some work stuff, couple sunglasses, fitness tracker, just kind of random stuff I suppose here, but good to have some storage. Now my bed should organize this. I was literally on my bed not too long ago, so that's why it looks a little bit messy. I took a nap, and anyway, this bed, very comfortable, no complaints really. The way I've done it right now is really speedy and doesn't look good, but that's fine. This is a little desk. I don't really like it because it's right beside the bed, and I just don't like working directly beside the bed. Like there's something just off about that for me. Just have a couple supplements here near bed so I don't forget to take them. This is just for the AC, so I don't think anything too particular here. One small thing actually, and let me just grab it. The host actually left this scan to connect thing for the Wi-Fi, which again is just like a small thing, but it's just easy to come in, you scan it, you're connected. So again, if you're an Airbnb host looking for small ways just to make the place better, these are just small tweaks that really improve it. So anyway, moving on to my workspace area. You can see I've got my laptop, monitors, just some work stuff. I have my, what is this called? Microphone, notebook phone. Oh, I feel like pretty typical work stuff, but this is a good big table for working. Also have this lamp over here. It actually wasn't here. It was all the way on the other side of the room, so I'll have to return it before I leave, but this is just a good little work area. These lights are mine. I travel with them. Super light. I got them on Amazon. I think they're worth it to travel with because they just, for me, this is like a nice vibe to work with the lights and stuff, but maybe it's just because I'm a kid. Anyway, couch over here. Couch is super comfortable, but I almost never sit here because the couch is just facing like the bed. Like, what am I looking at? I don't know. But couch is there, comfortable. TV as well. The TV comes with like Netflix and all that stuff. I don't know if I want to turn it on and show you, but my point is it's loaded with all the things that you would want. So again, well equipped. Moving on to the kitchen. Kitchen, again, is actually one of my favorite parts. You can see we've got a nice view from here from the kitchen. I don't think I really spend too much time looking out there, but it is quite nice. You can see, I'm gonna make another video about why I'm actually leaving Bucharest early. I didn't like Bucharest. Part of it is because of the communist blocks, but you can see here that I got one. I think this is actually a newer build. It's still kind of in the communist block form, like there are 3 blocks set up, but I can insert clips of the way every other block looks in other parts of the city, and it's really ugly, so this is nice in comparison, actually. Over here, we've got 2 taps. One of them has filtered water, other one unfiltered, so that's beautiful. I actually have a lot of these things washed over there in the drying rack because I just washed them, so they're not here, but this place is really well equipped with just kitchen equipment and whatnot. Oh, this place also has a dishwasher, so again, don't have that in a lot of Airbnbs, especially at this price, so that's great because who likes to wash the dishes? I don't really sit here too often because I prefer to sit out at my desk, but we've got this area here as well. I guess there's a coffee maker and a kettle. I don't really drink coffee nor tea, so don't really use it. Induction oven. Don't love this. I prefer gas ovens, but it is what it is. It's fine. It looks sleek, so all good. We've got the fridge over here. Everything looks quite sleek in the kitchen because all of the appliances are kind of like behind cabinets. So yeah, we got the stuff in here, I suppose. Nothing too crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. And a freezer as well. It's quite tough to open. There it is. Freezer, ice and stuff. I don't really keep that much frozen, but still nice to have, I suppose. And again, this place was just really well equipped when it comes to different kinds of pots, pans, and stuff. I have a couple things again on the drying rack, but it really just had everything that I needed, and that's really cool. Really good pans as well. I don't know if you can see them in there, but really high quality. And that's just really nice because sometimes I feel the need to go and buy things, but I don't want to buy them just for a couple months. So going into an Airbnb and immediately feeling very at home, like it really has everything that you would want to have in your own home, that's really great for an Airbnb. Like high points for that kind of stuff. Even little things like here, I think he has some supplies, like look, working supplies and whatnot. So again, these are just small things that are useful and just nice to have. Again, none of these things are super expensive or anything too crazy to add to an Airbnb, but all these little things made the experience from the very first day that I got here feeling right at home, not feeling like I had to go and buy a bunch of stuff. It's already pretty well equipped for me to just come in and feel at home. And I feel like that's a big, not purpose, but I guess a huge, I guess the point of Airbnb is that you go somewhere. Okay, there are 2 points. One is that you share your home. You know, if you have an extra room or something like that, people can stay in it, have a local experience. The other one, if you're going to rent out the entire place, like I always get entire apartments, is that you come in and you already feel at home. It doesn't feel like it's a hotel that you have to come in and furnish or anything. Like it really already has everything you need. And I feel like this apartment best exemplify, like I just think it's peak Airbnb. Like it's the best, it's everything you would want in an Airbnb, if that makes sense. I've had bigger Airbnbs, more nice Airbnbs or whatever it is, but it's all these little things of just making it feel at home, having really everything that the guests would need that makes it amazing. So again, this is one of my favorite Airbnbs. In terms of where I am, like location in Bucharest, it's pretty central. It's close to the old town. So that's good. It's really close to the transit stops and everything like that. Bucharest has pretty decent public transportation. I mean, not as good as other European cities, but I'm from Canada, so probably anything is good to me. Pricing, as I said, about $1,000 US. I think a little bit under $1,000 US actually. I don't think there's really anything else to mention. I got it on Airbnb. No special deals with the host or anything like that. Just straight Airbnb price. It includes utilities, great Wi-Fi in here. Everything has just been perfect, honestly, in this apartment. Super safe area. Nothing bad to say. Really happy with it. So I had a great experience with this Airbnb. This is kind of what you can expect for this price range in Bucharest, and I'll see you next Sunday for another video.